You're watching the 7th grade championship game of the Kentucky Middle School State Football Championship Series. Bowling Green, the team in the purple with the old gold helmets and pants. Easy to recognize those. They wear the same as the high school team does.
Are they playing 8-minute quarters in this one?
Maybe, I don't know. I guess so. And the Maroons of Northern Pulaski in the maroon pants, silver helmets, white jerseys. And I'm trying to find my white jersey. There it is. Trying to find my white jerseyed North Pulaski roster. It's going to be similar to the others. I know there are a couple of number changes. We have number 31, Seth Rainville, on the tackle. I didn't see who carried the ball. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Northern Pulaski at the midfield stripe. Cox is the running back behind the quarterback, Caleb Adams. And movement, it'll be a false start. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down 9 for the Maroons of Northern Pulaski. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 as Adams comes from the sideline, enters the huddle with the play. He sends the receiver to the left side, a wing back to either side of the fullback, Cox. They turn, they pitch it back deep to Ware. Running around the side, gets a 1st down into Bowling Green territories at the 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Northern.
What a start there.
On 2nd down and 9, it's Ian Ware that goes 49 yards for the touchdown for Northern, and we're underway with a complete boom as Northern Pulaski strikes first against Bowling Green to go on top 6-0. Adams brings his team up, same formation. Cox, the fullback. They bring Ware around. Give it off to Cox up the middle. He breaks the tackle, goes in for the 2-point conversion. So with 5:56 to play in the first quarter of action, Northern takes the initial drive of the ball game and scores the first points of the ball game to go on top of Bowling Green 8-6.
8-0.
Or excuse me, 8-0. Long day. Back with more here on PrepSpin.com.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. He's a big supporter.
Back deep for Bowling Green will be on the far side, number 19, Dylan Eccles, and here to the near side will be number 16, J.V. Bunton. Had a mother come up here and correct the public address announcer, and I made sure I got the pronunciation right. I think I called him J.V. last night, didn't
I couldn't tell you for sure, man.
Cox kicks it off. It'll hit in front of J.V. at the 30. He picks it up at the 33. He has an alley down the near side. He's over the midfield stripe into Northern territory and dropped, I believe, at about the 46-yard line. J.V. Bunton, not big in stature, but he lets his legs talk for him. Had a really good game yesterday in the state semifinal victory for the Purples.
That he did. We'd also like to welcome everybody into PrepSpin.com here. Don't forget to tweet us at PrepSpin. Also use the hashtag WGMOrtho. That's White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, a big sponsor for PrepSpin.
They give it off to, I believe, this is Eccles on the carry for Bowling Green.
And also don't forget to subscribe to PrepSpin here on YouTube. We have a whole lot of videos every single week where we bring you just about everything we can.
That was actually Bunton again on the carry. He got 3, 2nd down and 7 for Bowling Green out of the wishbone formation. They give it off to Bunton on the counter play. Running left and dropped after a yard gain to the 43-yard line. On the stop was Ware. And Tristan Cox for Northern. Looks like we have more food coming up here. So we're going to make room. Make room.
We're making room.
It's called. Oh,
wow.
My goodness.
Thank you.
Jamie Howell with 2 L's, right? Okay, got it at the end. This is Bunton, I believe, again, getting the first down for Bowling Green. Actually, that's number 32 for the Purples.
Pizza. Sorry.
Well, I appreciate Jamie bringing the food up, but he covered up my notes here. Number 32, actually, for Bowling Green. That is Dez Wilson. Glad to see.
What's that? With him?
Glad to see Dez
all right,
back on the field. He was shaken up yesterday, pretty tough, on a tough blow. The quarterback moves under center. That is Tyler Strode. He turns, gives it off to Wilson again, who gets the first down. Going to be close, actually, from the Northern 36-yard line. I said the 41. He needed the 36. He got that. So 1st and 10 for the Purples. Bowling Green, the only team with both teams making the state championship game.
Congrats to them.
Yep, their 8th grade will turn around and play Johnson County right after this one. Bunton trying to get around the corner. He gives a stiff arm, but he's dragged down at about the 47, maybe the 48. As again, we have one of those flies in here driving us.
Driving me insane.
I was going to say that, but glad you did first because I would get 100 text messages from friends going, it's a short drive. And at times when I coached, it was a very, very short drive.
I wouldn't want to know.
They give it off to the fullback right up the middle. He gets to the 30. Actually going to shorten him down to the 31. It'll be 3rd and about 5 after a gain of 7.
Sticking to that running game.
Yep, and the fullback was number 64, J-Ron France. An unusual number for the fullback.
It's about 3rd and 5 here.
3rd and 5, Bowling Green trailing 8-0. They give it off on the counter to number 33. That is Tyler Moore. Actually, I can see Dez Wilson on the carry. It looked like 33 to me, but that was Wilson. Tried to pick his way through there and got to the 41, back to the original line of scrimmage. 4th and 5. Well, I know one thing. I don't know what in the world they feed them down there in Somerset area. But all those kids, on the 7th grade team here, we've seen Southern Pulaski up here. We've seen Somerset Meese. We've seen Pulaski County. They are all huge.
Mm-hmm.
Big boys at this age. They pitch it out quick on the quick pitch to Bunton. He cuts it up inside. Going to be stopped short of the first down. Nice read by Bunton there, but number 50 for Northern, Connor Lanner, on the stop for the Maroons, and a very nice stop there by Northern Pulaski. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Maroons, already leading 8-0 here in the first quarter of action. 2 minutes, 11 seconds to play from their own 30-yard line. Now, we'll say this. They look undersized, does Bowling Green, compared to Northern. But this Bowling Green team, like the Belfry team, a whole lot of pride in the program. And give it off to Ware.
A lot of speed, too.
Over the left side. He'll get about 8. They're going to mark him dead at about the 38-yard line. On the stop for Bowling Green, number 70, Kenye Kofer. Glad I practiced my pronunciations last night. Some odd spellings of some names. They don't come out the way they're spelled. Adams turns, gives it off to Cox, who just bulls his way for the first down up over the 40 to about the 43-yard line.
Chains moving.
The one thing we want to say, too, is these chain gang members over there, they are volunteering their time, and we've had different chain crews every game. And I will say this, too. There was a box guy last night drove us crazy because he never put the box where we were supposed to go. We were looking at where the ball is, and the box is 2 yards behind or 2 yards ahead.
But nonetheless, we got to thank these guys for
We do.
volunteering their time.
They pitch it to Ware coming wide right. He'll pick up about 3, maybe 4 on the tackle for the Purples, number 45, Ross Millett.
You know, those chain gang members definitely want to spend time with their families watching these games, but
And you have to understand, they cannot say anything while they're standing on the sidelines
Exactly.
if they are a parent or a supporter of one of the two teams involved. Or even,
Exactly.
actually, anytime they have to be quiet.
mm-hmm.
Second down 7. They give it off to Ware. Big hole on the left side. He stumbles into
string there.
literally time. Give a quarter, and they will not ask for any.
It's all about the speed with Bowling Green.
Yep.
And they really take it to their advantage. That's how they've gotten here.
Adams gives it off to Cox. And a nice tackle down low for Bowling Green by number, is that 2363? And you ain't got to poke me. Just say, hey, I'm hungry. My goodness. Scared the daylights out of me.
And that's going to do it for quarter number 1.
I've heard people for less than that. 1 minute or 1 quarter in the books. It's Northern Pulaski 8, Bowling Green nothing. Back with the second quarter of action, the 7th grade state championship game on PrepSpin.com.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Second quarter of action underway here from Lexington. They give it off to the deep man out of the wishbone look. And a nice defensive play by Bowling Green on the left side over there. That is 32 Dez Wilson on the stop for Bowling Green, along with number 47, Javion Fant. And if you ask if he's related to the Fants that have all come through Bowling Green High School down there, the answer yes. George Fant, who played basketball at Western, and now Macarius Fant playing football for the Toppers. They pitch it back to Ware, coming wide left. Just lowers his shoulder and gets a couple of yards over the 45 down to about the 44 for Northern. Ross Millett with another tackle for Bowling Green. And I picked out a favorite on Bowling Green over here. Number 41, Victor Nunez. I guarantee he's no taller than 4 foot.
What number?
41. He's down here close to the 50. A little one.
Yeah, I'll see him.
I bet one of the most fearless, too. 4th and 8 for Northern. And Bowling Green jumps off sides. And both defensive tackles, one's got the ball to his right, the other one to his left. And they both jump off sides. And, Tiny, as a former coach, what was my pet peeve?
Jumping off sides since you're right there.
The nose guard and the nose tackle, or the two defensive tackles, you got the ball right there. You're looking right at it. All you got to do is watch and wait till it moves. But they got off sides, so it brings up now 4th and short for Northern. Your Bowling Green, you had a chance to get your defense off the field and put your offense back on the field in pretty good field position. I formation this time. Receivers both sides. They turn, give it off to Ware. Now Northern makes them pay with a first down. Actually, he's going to be close. May have it, I believe.
He has it.
They needed the 36, and he might gotten right inside he did. First down. And Northern makes them pay. Again, the tackle by Millett for Bowling Green, along with number 22, Riley DeLeon.
The Bowling Green crowd not happy there.
Well, it's right on the 46.
Well, we
yeah.
heard the initial announcement of saying it was a turnover. Then he corrected himself, and he heard the, oh.
Adams rolling right. Has a man
Nice.
out in the open. That's Cox. He breaks the tackle of DeLeon and then runs over the free safety, and he is down and hurt at about the 10-yard line.
He's getting up slowly but surely.
And that would have been a big one. That was Bunton who made the tackle. Tell you what, Bunton, Eccles, two of the smaller players we have seen in this tournament. And guess what?
They're the most fearless.
Not only fearless, but two of the toughest.
Mm-hmm.
And Bunton, he's hurt. He's feeling the effects of Cox there a little bit, but standing back up and ready to go. Wishbone formation. Cox, the fullback. The Ware brothers, I believe, are the two halfbacks. They give it off. This is, I believe, Ian Ware. And he's dropped for a loss. As it's 1st and goal at the 10. Now it's 2nd down and goal. From the 11, maybe, yeah, the 11. 2nd down and goal from the 11 for Northern. 4:25 to play in the first half. Northern on top of Bowling Green, 8-0. This is the 3rd of 4. Coming up around 6 o'clock will be the Division I state championship. Bowling Green, 8th grade, against Johnson County. And we invite you to tune in and time out Northern. That gives us time to hype this one. If you are out in Lexington, going to be out in Lexington around 6 o'clock, hightail it over here.
Yeah.
For this last game. And nothing wrong with the first two we've had. We've had two great football games the first one. This one can be as good as those two. But that fourth game, now watch this. We're going to hype this up, and it'll be a blowout one way or the other.
Don't say that.
Well, that's my luck. That's why I do not play the horses, okay? If you aren't going to be out anywhere in Lexington on the north side, or you're in Lexington in general, get over here to Bryan Station High School for that 6 o'clock game.
Mm-hmm.
Bowling Green, Johnson County. It will be a doozy.
I'm looking forward to it.
After watching both of them play last night, we immediately, as soon as we got the broadcast of that last game, we immediately turned and go, oh, my goodness, this could not be a better setup for a game.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. I can't wait to watch it.
It's going to be a doozy. It may be the best of the four. And we had two good ones. And I'm looking, I think Bunton is, does he have a shoe problem?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. That's not Bunton. Who is that?
19.
That's Eccles.
Eccles.
They're both about similar in stature. One's 116, one's 19. And you got to wait till you see the number. Ware in the Wildcat, running right. Inside the 10, down to about the 5. Nice job out there. That's Bunton again. I tell you what.
You don't see the Wildcat ran too often in 7th grade.
No, Bunton, what do you say, 5'3", maybe?
If that.
Maybe. He and Eccles both go about 5, somewhere in the 5 foot to 5'3" range. Maybe you dip them in water, maybe a $1.05, $1.10, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And they both will stick their nose in there. They don't care. They do not care. They have, especially Eccles, number 19. He's the left inside linebacker. He has no regard for his body. None. Ware runs the Wildcat this time to the left. To the goal line. Touchdown.
Battles his way in.
Ian Ware. And he ran over a couple of Bowling Green defenders. Millett was one. Millett's not much bigger than Eccles and Bunton, and he's right now feels like he may get the number of that truck. He is shaking up. He's going to come off. And I tell you what, he did everything he could to keep Ware out of the end zone. And I've been in that case before. I've been hit and heard a bunch of bells and whistles going off.
I've had that too.
It's no fun. But I'll give Millett credit. Boy, he stuck his nose in there and tried to tackle a much bigger Ware.
I've had bells and whistles without the pads.
That's not good.
No.
They fake it. Adams rolling left, throws to the end zone. 2-point conversion's good. And his replacement's down and hurt. Millett's now is number 23, Matrix Halcomb. and his teammate trying to help him up, and Halcomb has one of those bells and whistles going off right now. And he's the replacement for Millett, who got shaken up on the play before. 16-0 Northern in the second quarter. We're about 3 minutes, 53 seconds away from halftime. Back with more on PrepSpin.com.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
Kentucky is more than just its name, and so are we. You might not know us, but you've seen us all around our beautiful state, from the farmer growing his business to the parents growing their family. We're not confined to a campus or a city. We're people helping people, Kentuckians united together. You might not know our name, but we're ready to learn yours. University of Kentucky Federal Credit Union. Banking only better.
Tristan Cox to kick off for Northern Pulaski. Eccles and Bunton deep for Bowling Green. And they're going to try Eccles. And he got lit up at about the 38-yard line. I tell you what, that tough nut popped right up off the turf. Kind of looked at Ethan Ware, who hit him, and said, "Hey, that all you got?" That was a nice hit there, and I'm telling you. Again, you can't teach toughness. You cannot. You cannot teach toughness. Strode turns, gives to Wilson deep. He stopped for a loss. Actually, maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage. On the tackle for Northern Pulaski, number 94, Zach Huff. You don't find many players that want the number 94.
No, you don't.
Unless you're a kicker at the high school and middle school levels. They give it off deep to Wilson. He has a little crease this time.
I'm good.
They give it off to Wilson. He loses the football, and Northern's got it. Did not look like Wilson ever got the Wilson never got the handoff. And the recovery by Ian Ware for Northern Pulaski. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Maroons at the 41-yard line of Bowling Green. And I think Bowling Green's going to take a timeout. They do. We'll take it with them. We'll be back here on PrepSpin.com. He's too young to know who Billy Ocean is.
And we have come back here on PrepSpin. And Rose alongside.
Wow.
I love the soundtrack today.
I feel like I'm back in high school. You may hear it in our headsets here. This is Get Out of My Car, Get Into My Dreams. And this is called Billy Ocean. I think it might be his only hit.
Maybe.
And this guy's the PA guy's too young to know who he is.
Well, he could be a music major.
Either that or his mom and daddy taught him all the old music. They give it off to Ware. Big hole left side, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Northern.
Ware again. 3rd touchdown today.
And it's now 22-0 in favor of Northern. He goes from Billy Ocean to somebody I don't even know.
That'll be Nelly.
Nelly?
Yeah.
Heard of him.
Movie. This was made popular in the movie, the remake of The Longest Yard.
The one I don't like.
The one with
I
Adam Sandler.
I actually like the original.
Yes, the original was awesome.
Yes.
You just can't.
Leave a good thing alone. 22-0. We get a delay of game on Northern. Ware couldn't get lined up. Adams tried to switch him around. There'll be a 5-yard penalty on the 2-point conversion here in the first half. 2:42 to play here in the first half. Northern Pulaski on top of Bowling Green by a score of 22-0. Now, here's what the interesting thing about this is with Northern Pulaski and Bowling Green hooking up. Guess who's in 5A class together? Pulaski County and Bowling Green. They throw incomplete on the quick slant from Adams to number 13, Jacob Shepard. So these two teams and schools could see each other again in the future.
That they could.
So 22-0.
He's starting again.
Did you give him his medicines?
No, I forgot.
Oh, jeez.
I forgot your medicine, man.
Oh, my goodness. He just went there.
He did.
Wow.
He did.
Northern Pulaski leading Bowling Green 22-0 in the 7th grade state championship game. If you didn't join us here on PrepSpin on our YouTube channel, you missed two outstanding football games in Division II and Division III of the 8th grade side of things. It was in game number 1 this afternoon at noontime. It was it was Belfry, too many B's, Belfry over South Oldham by a final score of 14-8. And
that was a great game.
In the game just before this one, it was Cal over Pikeville, 16-12, in another outstanding game that came down to the final possession. They squib it and down go. I think the young man Jaden Stephen forgot. If the ball's kicked to you, young man, catch it, fall down. Just don't, because there's certain aspects of coaching sometimes. It's not the kid can't run or handle the ball, but in a certain position on kickoff return, you say, hey, you're not going to get a lot of yards after the reception or whatever.
You could get trucked.
And you got guys that are 15 yards from you, go ahead and hit the ground. Wishbone formation. Strode gives it off to Wilson, who just falls forward. That's actually Steven, right? 32?
42.
42. That's Jaden Steven, the young man who just fielded the kickoff.
You know, when he caught that ball, he had that look of like, okay, I'm gonna go in. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He forgot what he'd been taught. And oh my goodness.
Oh.
That was Steven who got the carry again, and Zach Huff met him as he got the handoff.
Wow.
And that's one, if you're Jaden's mom and dad, you're checking the fillings when he gets home after all that dental work he's had done as a young kid. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Woo! My goodness. Yeah, White Greer and Maggard will get some business there. There you go. Wow. And give the ball to, I believe that's Jaden, or JV Bunton again. He gets about 5. It'll be 4th and 5 for Bowling Green. And the biggest of the Bowling Green Purples just checks in, the tight end, Marquise Wynn. 4th and about 5. Strode. Counter play. This is Bunton. Gets the first down into Northern Territory to the 46-yard line of the Maroons. That's where his size helps him out. He just kind of gets lost down in there. Austin Mankin, number 30 for Northern, came and checked on him. He's a little slow getting up, was that Bunton.
We got about a minute till a half here.
Oh, excuse me.
You all right?
Went down wrong.
Here's a good pass. And
Complete.
a catch.
That's to number 31, Seth Rainville. And give Bunton credit. There was the left of the ball. And he stepped up, met the defender head on.
Okay. All right.
Whoa.
And with the catch, Bowling Green starting to threaten here. And a huge sack there.
Yeah, Strode in trouble there, and thank you, Tiny.
No problem.
And no, I didn't take a bite of food.
It's just water going
that
down
was just
the wrong
something down
pipe.
the wrong way. And
I have done that.
now, I can't say I can see clearly now because my eyes are watering so bad. It's looks like my car windshield last night on the way home. Timeout Bowling Green with 40.5 seconds to play. They trailed 22-0, and Strode had no chance of getting that one off as Ian Ware was all over him. Oh, yeah. Tell you what, his taste in music is great, although he did get in trouble from a fan last game, said the music was too loud.
Oh, well.
But, yeah, it was an older gentleman, and I don't know if he was much of a music fan. So, I think his choice of music is pretty good for the most part. I know he's taking me back to my high school and college days.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes they were good memories, sometimes not. But, his taste in music and his taste in colleges aren't been too. No, I'm just joking. For all my friends down at Campbellsville, he's a Campbell University student as far as I know.
Yeah. Yep.
And we get the broken wishbone from Bowling Green. They pitch it back to Wilson, looking to throw. He has a man open. It's underthrown, picked off by Adams. I understand Wilson with those gloves on, those receiver gloves. He's not going to be able to get a great handle on the football, and it looked like it when it came out of his hand. And it cracks me up too. I used to when I coached, I used to tell my receivers, "You're not wearing those gloves." What now?
I didn't hear him.
I didn't either. But those gloves, well, the guys in the NFL wear them, Coach.
Shout out to Melissa Burton.
Melissa Burton?
Yeah, she's
Down where?
watching the Ware twins.
Oh, down in Somerset or in that vicinity. So Melissa Burton, hello. Adams in trouble. Gives ground, throws complete, and a nice open field tackle. Guess who? J.V. Burton. J.V. Bunton with a nice tackle on the receiver out there, and I believe that was Ian Ware. Yeah, but, man, I tell you what, see the perfect form tackle from the young man?
Beautifully done.
Yeah, I mean, that is a lost art at the high school and college levels and even at the pro level.
That is fundamentals taught
Yep.
at its best.
And then Ware being hit as he caught the football, being able to hold on to it. We go from ZZ Top to who?
I don't know who this is.
I don't either.
Who is it, Will?
He don't have a clue either.
He just heard it 1,000 times.
He just likes the way you do it right there.
Okay.
Gosh.
I've never understood rapid times because they go over the same line like 25 times in the first 2 minutes of the thing.
You're good.
Are
Just
you?
wonder if we're.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, no, he's not in the way. We do not want the fans to have to worry about.
Yeah, well, the
anything.
thing is, if he's in my way, I'm just going to stand.
Exactly.
You know what
We're
I'm
not
saying?
going to say anything.
No, he's shooting probably for a grandson.
Exactly. In a big event, he needs.
And probably the biggest event of this young man's life is correct.
Exactly. So.
Second down and 8. Adams looking for the. I love this, the way they signal signs in to change the play. They send Ware out here to the left side in motion. They throw it here to Ware in the flat. Breaks the tackle at the 30, over the 30, the 20, I should say, 40, 45, and then breaks another tackle at midfield, still going, and down around his ankles is number 32, De Leon. Actually, it's 31 for Bowling Green. Rainville with the stop. And we have a new right corner in. 48, Tucker Strode is in for Bowling Green. And timeout Northern Pulaski with 11.5 seconds to go. I hope Millett is okay. It seems still not getting any attention from any kind of training staff who started at the right corner today for Bowling Green. But he is limping. I do see him down here at the back of at the end of the Bowling Green sideline. He is limping a little bit.
Was that Ware on the catch again?
Yeah, that was Ian Ware.
Okay.
Now, his twin brother wears number 38. His name is Ethan. So wouldn't you know it, the 6 and the 8 on the Northern Pulaski jerseys look similar from here, even with glasses. And if you don't get a good look at it, you don't know which one it is. Or you just depend on the spotter in the booth next to us with his binoculars to pick it up.
Don't you need some binoculars?
Well, I call them cheats.
Cheats?
But I'm getting to the age now I may have to cheat. Adams back to throw. Bunting after him. Got him. Boy, I tell you. Now, Adams is a tall young man with some rangy legs, and Bunting closed that gap down like right now.
And that does it for the half.
That does it for the first half. However, Northern does lead Bowling Green at halftime, 22-0. We'll be back with halftime and a special guest here on PrepSpin.com.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
What if you could do all your banking without ever having to run to your bank? What if you could do your banking from any stadium or city in the country? It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. With traditional banks, online and mobile banking, it couldn't be more simple. My life moves pretty fast, and Traditional Bank's team protects me while I do what I do best, at home or away. Way to go, Traditional Bank. You scored again. Traditional Bank's online and mobile banking. Winners at home and on the road.
Traditional Bank.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Sports. Pick it up in all sports. Pick it up in all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter. Locally owned and operated since 1972.
Kentucky is more than just its name, and so are we. You might not know us, but you've seen us all around our beautiful state, from the farmer growing his business to the parents growing their family. We're not confined to a campus or a city. We're people helping people, Kentuckians united together. You might not know our name, but we're ready to learn yours. University of Kentucky Federal Credit Union. Banking only better.
Halftime of the 7th grade state championship game over here at Bryan Station High School. Darren Douglas, William Warfield, Aaron, Tiny Rose. I like saying that. It just kind of rolls off the tongue there. Tiny, of course, sitting in with us on this game. And William did the first game with us. And the next game should be a dandy, as we mentioned. Bowling Green, 8th grade, against Johnson County for the Division I 8th grade championship. That will be the last one here for 2015. And
Mr. Warfield will be with you on that one.
Yeah, William will be with us. And we actually have done this for the last 5 years together, William and I have. And I'm glad to have people sitting on color now, because for the last 3 years I did it by my lonesome for 12 games. William would every once in a while put a headset on, pop in, but not very often. Well, you had John the first year that we did it together, I know, and Big John Carmichael, for those that don't know who we're referring to. But then one year we did the East-West All-Star game down at Kentucky State University, and Steve Traylor and I did that together. And Steve is one of those people who I have a good time working with. So we're at halftime. Bowling Green trails Northern Pulaski here, 22-0 in this one. But the story of the game so far has been Ian Ware for Northern Pulaski. He has all 3 touchdowns and a couple of 2-point conversions. Actually, one of the 2-point conversions for the Maroons. In case you didn't join us on the other 2 broadcasts today, game number 1 was the Division II 8th grade championship. That featured Belfry against South Oldham. Belfry going for 4 in a row, and they scored 14 first-half points to lead 14-0 at halftime, but South Oldham came roaring back in the second half, cut it to 14-8, had the ball in the fourth quarter with a chance to win, and then a big defensive stop for Belfry. Came up Keaton Martin, the outstanding running back for South Oldham, stopped short of a first down on 4th down. Belfry was able to run out the clock and win their 4th straight. 14-8 was the final score for Belfry. Also today, just before this game, in the Division III 8th grade state championship, another good one. It was Pikeville taking on Christian Academy of Louisville, and Cal wins this one by a score of 16-12 with a late touchdown 2-point conversion. Pikeville came back, made it interesting, a touchdown pass that Tiny Eye neither one saw get through the defender that went flashing in front of the receiver. We thought he either knocked it down or intercepted it himself. It got through to Hensley somehow. Yeah. Somehow Hensley caught the pass for the touchdown. The 2-point conversion was no good. A big defensive stop from Pikeville got the ball back for the Panthers. They were unable to do anything as the Cal defense stepped up. All of a sudden got a pass rush that they hadn't gotten all day in the whole game. And that final series got a couple of sacks of the quarterback, and then were able to hold on for the 16-12 victory. This one, right now, not as close, but don't count Bowling Green out. This program, even at the middle school level, is too proud to roll over and just let Northern go ahead and do whatever they want, defense or offensively. We saw Bowling Green make a couple of stops, a couple of big plays, though, in the first half from the Maroons. I almost called them Purples. From the Maroons, and really the legs of Ian Ware so far.
Yeah. Ian Ware, kid's been amazing so far. Well, just that's all there is to it. He's been absolutely amazing. And Bowling Green definitely has their work cut out for him going into the second half to try to shut him down and try to make this a game. Because you got to think, you know, if it got to the point, where if it gets to the point, you're distracting me, dude.
And even me, too. When he walks up behind us, we get nervous.
Yeah.
And people wonder why we start stuttering and stammering. It's because William's somewhere.
Right here, and he's trying.
Yeah. Well, he's somewhere. He's somewhere out of our eyesight, which makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
Okay, let me go back to my original thoughts.
Yes, please do.
Ware has been on fire this game. Ian Ware has been on fire this game. And like I said, Bowling Green has their work cut out for him.
Right.
You know, you got to think, if it turned out like Northern could be hoping for, they get a couple more scores, we're looking at a running clock.
Correct.
So these first couple possessions are going to be critical for Bowling Green to get a stop, to get a touchdown. They need to get back into it. And if they do that, then we may have us another exciting finish. It just
game on.
Yeah, exactly.
Game on. We finally got through that without the distraction of Mr. Warfield over here. We invite you to also tweet us if you want.
Yes, tweet us
online.
on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. If you tweet us, use the hashtag WGMOrtho for White Greer and Maggard Orthodontics. We want to give them a big thanks. Without them, a lot of this would not be possible right now. So a big thanks to them, and any social media platform that you're on, we should be there. With the exception, I don't think we're Snapchatters yet, are we? No. Instagram is about as far as we're going to go. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. On YouTube, we ask that you subscribe to our channel. If you subscribe to YouTube, to our YouTube channel, just make sure you do that. You'll be in the loop for everything that we have coming up. So that is the biggest advantage to following PrepSpin, to subscribing to our channel on YouTube. You want to be in the loop for everything high school sports, middle school sports, we're going to be right there.
And the thing is, too, if you do that, then we are going to also be able to possibly come to your high school games sometimes and do a game. And we do out every sport there is.
Exactly.
William does them all through the KHSAA. I called a lacrosse game earlier this fall at Georgetown College. I have no clue. No clue about lacrosse. All I know is it's similar to hockey on grass.
Yeah.
I know there's not a whole lot of rules.
Have you ever seen indoor lacrosse?
No. Well, I watched it on television.
Yeah, there's a league.
Yeah. The indoor lacrosse league, right?
Yeah.
ILL?
Yeah, something like that.
So anyway, we thank you for all the tweets that you sent to us. And we get ready to start the second half of action. Northern Pulaski, dressed in the white jerseys with the silver helmets and the maroon pants to kick it off to Bowling Green. In the old gold, and that took a hop and a half.
And
Northern Pulaski's got it.
Yep.
That one was unbelievable. Exactly what he.
What a grab there.
Well, and that's just unbelievable. He tried. He did everything he was supposed to do.
Yep.
Hey, kick my way. I'm going to attack the football. I'm going to get down, make sure it doesn't get through me, and the thing took a hop right over his head.
The joys of dealing with a football, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's a perfectly executed onside kick. That's what you want. You want that second hop to be a big one. They give it off to Ware, running left. Hit at the 40, bounces off that tackle, and gets inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line. Fant was the guy who hit him at the 40 and just bounced off of him. And as I watch.
What a bounce.
Yeah, if I watch Jatavion Fant, number 47 for the Purples, here on his right defensive end.
Hey, who told Santa Claus to take photos?
He definitely walks like Javante, or Nakarius Fant, his brother. He acts just like him. And William just now got what we talked about an hour ago, folks. That was what came out from the outside here.
Uh-huh.
We have a fellow here with a red sweater on. They give it off to Cox, running right, submarined, and that was Bunton that went down low to get him, along with Wilson. Anyway, to complete our thought, there's a gentleman, if you may catch him just a little bit to the left of the Bowling Green bench in khakis and a red, looks like a fleece pullover, white hair and a beard. And I said, well, Santa Claus is in town. Well, an hour later, William finally gets on. Finally picks up on it.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
I'm not laughing at the first point we made. I'm laughing at the point that William
just now got
that.
Inside the 20 goes Ethan Ware this time. Down to the 20, down to the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for Pulaski County. We have been here so long, since about 7 o'clock yesterday morning.
Yeah.
that it's becoming comical here with us up in the press box. So if we get a little out of hand, forgive us, number one. Number two, tweet us and let us know so we can get back on point. That will help.
And number three, if you see us in public, don't be afraid to come up and
just
give
be.
us a slap
It's not like don't feed the animals. This is Ware running right. He was forced deep in the backfield by a Bowling Green defender, and I'm trying to pick up his number now, number 66 for the Purples. Jackson Littlefield was the lineman that got back in the backfield that forced him to go deep. And okay, just checking, make sure we didn't get on his bad side there. Shotgun formation for the first time, I believe, today for Northern. They give it deep to Cox. Breaks the tackle into space. Touchdown, Northern. And Tristan Cox, I tell you, he hit a low note there, didn't he? The PA guy, yeah. He said, Northern. I was like,
the growl of doom there.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought J.D. Sumner died about 20 years ago. And for those that are young who do not know who J.D. Sumner is, he is the gentleman who is credited with the lowest ever hit in history.
Uh-oh. I lost internet.
We lost the internet again.
We're still live on the broadcast.
Okay, here we go. This is Ware running left. Tries to get into the end zone for the two-point conversion. Doesn't make it. Good job by Bowling Green defensively. Fant, Eccles, and number 49, I believe it is, for the Purples, Matthew McCann. 28-0 in favor of Northern right now. And right now, Bowling Green's defense has no answer for Ian Ware from Northern with 4:58 to play in the third quarter. Bowling Green trailing 28-8. But I'll tell you what, I said it before, and I'll say it again, Tiny. This Bowling Green group, undersized, but you are not going to watch this team roll over and play dead.
Not at all.
It may come a time when it is a running clock in this game, but there's too much pride in this. Not only at the middle school level, it's like Belfry. It trickles right down from the varsity all the way down.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And no disrespect to these other schools, but who do you see making deep runs in the playoffs normally? Belfries,
right.
The Beechwoods,
the
Bowling Greens, the Corbins, those teams like that. And it's just a matter of community pride. Pulaski County, though, let's give credit where credit's due. The Maroons down at the varsity level starting to build that tradition. This one hit down the middle of the field. Wilson in pursuit of it, picks it up at the 16-yard line. He's over the 25, the 30, into space. He's at the 40. Gets a block. 50, 40. Going to be chased down from behind, though, by Ian Ware. But a great block there at the end to break Wilson even deeper, and I believe that was number 48, Tucker Strode, for Bowling Green, who peeled back and got the guy who was about ready to grab Wilson at about midfield. Excuse me.
Take a drink.
I think I've been talking for so much over the past day and a half. Vocal cords are taking a little pounding here. They give it off to Fant, who gets hit, fumbles the football. Picked up by Northern. And a first down coming up for the Maroons at their own 41-yard line. Did not see who hit Fant as he got the football, but that thing went flying out of there. Okay.
Oh, where's your other roster?
You're
hiding the roster from me.
I know, I just did. I went looking for it, too.
There it is.
Well, that ain't it. That ain't it.
No? Yeah, that's it.
My mother's just rolling, my late mother rolling her grave. The word is not ain't, son. I can hear her now. 4:41 to play, and Northern right now on top of.
There's something special in the air at the University of Louisville. Investment and constant progress are helping today's students and faculty unleash their potential, discover new answers, open more doors, give back to others, see new worlds, and become champions in everything they do. Now, more than ever, It's a great time to be a Louisville Cardinal.
Northern will take the football over after the turnover on the fumble by Bowling Green. I formation. Ware dots the I. They turn, give it off. Cuts it back. Stops at the 45 is Ware.
Four and a half remaining here in the third quarter of action.
Tucker Strode on the tackle for Bowling Green, the right defensive end. You know something I haven't seen, Tiny, from the – I keep going back and forth. Aaron, Tiny, Aaron.
Yeah, it doesn't ever. I don't know.
But it just dawned on me all of a sudden. I think it was my mother whispering in my ear. You know, I miss her on the broadcast I do because she used to – where I do normal games for high school, she usually sits a booth over from us. Here's a give off to Ware again. It's to the midfield stripe, a gain of about 5. It'll be second or third down and 2. But she, my partner and I, who I've been together with for 30 years, we'll get off track or say something sometimes that doesn't make sense, and you'd see the door pop open, and my mother would be standing there going, with her arms stretched out wide, going, what are you doing? So occasionally I get that little twinge like she's around saying something to me. I formation. They turn to give it off again to Ware. He's hitting the backfield and dropped. Number 22, Riley DeLeon on the stop for Bowling Green on the stop. A loss of 3. It'll be 4th and 5 now for Northern.
Looks like they're going for it, I believe.
Yeah, they are. Northern, I believe, with their first 4th down
of the game.
Attempt of the game, yeah, I believe so. I'm not 100% sure on that. There he is. 2:51 to play in the ball in the third quarter. Northern gonna call timeout. Caleb Adams didn't like what he saw, so he steps up and calls timeout. Timeout on the field with 2:45 to play in the third. Northern with a 4th and 5 coming up on PrepSpin.com.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I'm Marcy Ansley, Executive Director at Lexington Hearing and Speech Center. We've grown into a statewide organization to help children and adults with communication disorders, both hearing and speech. Traditional Bank has been part of our team since we were in the little buildings over on Ashland. We wouldn't be in this building today if it wasn't for their support. I think what makes our banking experience unique is outstanding customer service that we get. They have become part of our family. They have become part of our finance team. Traditional Bank is passionate about what they do.
To the other side.
They fake it. Adams rolling. Hits Ware out in the flat, but it's coming back. There's going to be a hold or a block in the back as Ware's going to score easily for Northern, but I think he saw the flag come out as well. Well, back at the 38, there's a flag. I think we got a flag over on the far side from maybe where got the block to get past the last Bowling Green defender.
Let me roll this back here real quick, see if I can come up with
pocket. His lineman trying to help him. Yeah, hit him right in the back, and that's coming back. They're going to call a personal foul. Wow. I don't think it's a personal foul. It's a block in the back. Yeah, block in the back. Yeah, no. It'll be moved back to the 28-yard line of Northern Pulaski. It'll be 4th down and about 20. There was a couple there, so the official's talking.
Oh, I don't know if you saw this. I just saw it. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to roll. You guys can't see this at home, but you'll be able to see it on the replay.
So it'll be 4th down for Northern Pulaski. I think they're going to punt with Tristan Cox.
I think they are. Here we go. Boom, right there.
Yeah, that was maybe where the personal foul came, but the official, the white hat, actually called a block in the back. So the official mark-off on the penalty is a block in the back, 10 yards. 4th down and about 25 for Northern Pulaski. Cox with a kickoff end over end. Hit on the 48, almost hit his teammate in the noggin with it. That's Tristan Cox and almost hit. Who's the punter? Is that Ethan Ware? No, that's number 30 for the Maroons. Austin Mankin is the punter there on that one. Or is that one of the Ware brothers? Okay. Nope, that was number 13. I was all the way wrong. Jacob Shepard. Bear with me, folks. My Alzheimer's is kicking in, I believe. At least that's what my niece tells me. She's 21. She knows more than I do. Or at least according to her. 3 receivers to the right, to the left side. The tight end on that side also. They give it on the end around to the tight end. This is Fainville. And he'll get around the corner for about 4 yards, maybe 5.
They're going to keep the
or
clock
Rainville,
going.
I should not call him Fainville. Rainville, or, well, he pronounces it better than I do. Rainville. I wish I had his mom or his dad to ask the proper pronunciation of the last name. He got 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 at their own 49 for Bowling Green. 1:54 to play in the 3rd. They give it off to Bunton. Maybe a yard. And according to the officials, the way they're standing, he got nothing. Tristan Cox on the tackle for Northern. 3rd and 6 for Bowling Green. How about 3rd and 5?
Yeah, I go 5.
My math teacher
5 and a 4th.
would be happy that I figured that on my own. Gives it off to Button, and he's hit right about the 1st down marker.
I think he may have gotten it.
And he got hit hard as he approached the 1st down marker by Mankin. Austin Mankin will be 4th and a yard.
Yep. I thought he got there. But
he got close. His helmet was sitting on the 1st down stick.
Obviously, we don't have the
ball
best
is
angles for it either.
Well, that's true. And, of course, you're a lot younger than I am. We'll say. Of course, I had a text message from a friend of mine who knows how old I am.
Uh-oh.
And a fumble by Strode, and Bowling Green gives it over on downs. Actually, I think he was trying to pull it out of the midsection of the running back Hightower, and Bowling Green will turn it over on downs. But he texted me and said, well, why don't you tell everybody your real age? I said, well, I've not gotten a tweet or request for me to tell my age.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to tell it.
What if I ask you on the air right now?
If I ask you?
What if I ask
you? You know how old I am.
I know.
So that's an unfair question. If a fan wants to know, I will tell them. From the 48-yard line of their own territory, Northern Pulaski on top 28-0 will set up shop. They give it off to Ware. Sweeps wide right. Bunton after him, and he got picked off by a crackback block by Tristan Cox. And Bunton's going to see number 22 in white in his dreams tonight. Or nightmares, ever how that happens. Bunton was closing the gap on Ware, and all of a sudden out of nowhere came 22, Tristan Cox. A gain of about 20 on the play for Ian Ware. And they'll be 1st and 10 from the Bowling Green 36. Is it Ethan Ware? Okay.
Don't forget, as we're approaching the end of the quarter here, we want to thank our sponsors, White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics. Go ahead.
The throw out incomplete to number 13.
We want to thank our
Jacob Shepard.
We want to thank our sponsors. Don't forget to tweet us with the hashtag WGMOrtho, and that will let us know that we can follow that tweet right there. And that's how we follow most of our tweets throughout the evening. Do you go on Twitter, dear?
I have an account because I do the Georgetown College football games via the Georgetown College Athletic Department internet television broadcast.
Right.
But Haven't figured out how to do it as much. They want me to, though. They give it off to Ware, and he's going to score standing up. Untouched on the draw play from the 36-yard line. And Ian Ware has scored touchdown number 4. And to nothing but Brown program. We're at 5.2 seconds to play in the third quarter. Don't forget, coming up next, you'll have to log off of this game and log on to the next one. The 8th grade Division I state championship game. Bowling Green and Johnson County. They throw it out here to Cox. A 2-point conversion is good. And Northern now leads at 36-0. We'll get into the running clock for the fourth quarter of action as soon as we expire the last 5 seconds of this one here in the third. Now, Aaron, we saw both these teams play yesterday. Bowling Green won 8-6 in their semifinal game over Cal. Correct?
Right.
And Northern beat Crosby, an undermanned Crosby team, only had 14 players dressed by a final score of 50-6. Am I not surprised by this score right now? No. Northern is a very good football team. Bowling Green is a good football team. However, today, Northern has just outmanned Bowling Green.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Okay, now you got a smile on your face like you know something.
We just got a tweet asking about your real
Asking
age.
my age. Well, who is the tweet from first?
Hold on, let me get it here.
Okay.
Hold on.
I knew somebody would do it, and I will bet anything it's somebody from Belfry.
All right, hang on.
Am I right?
Hang on, it's
Probably William Warfield sent it to us himself.
No.
I would bet.
No, it wasn't. At Missy B 1976.
SEB 1796?
No, Missy B.
Missy B. Okay. Well, Missy B 1976, I will tell you when we come back after this time message on PrepSpin.com.
There's something special in the air at the University of Louisville. Investment and constant progress are helping today's students and faculty unleash their potential, discover new answers, open more doors, give back to others, see new worlds, and become champions in everything they do. Now, more than ever, it's a great time to be a Louisville Cardinal.
Back to Bryan Station High School.
I didn't get a chance to.
Northern Pulaski. I still want to know where she's from. I just have this desire to know. I stand corrected, Tiny, today. Ethan and Ian Ware have accounted for 4 of the 5 touchdowns and 199 yards of rushing. Ethan has 132 rushing on 11 carries and 2 scores. Ian has 7 carries, 67 yards, and a couple of scores. So we've been maybe calling Ethan Ian and vice versa. We have a flag on the field as the ball goes out of bounds. Now, Miss EB 1976.
And she just responded to that the best way to tell them apart is Ethan is the bigger one because of the bigger number, 38-36.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ethan,
that would have been nice to know yesterday, too. That would have been really nice to know yesterday. I probably got him confused 1,000 times during that game last night. Bowling Green to the line real quick, and I'm not going to avoid your question, Miss EB 1976, I promise. A tackle for a loss by a couple, and one or both Wares in on that tackle. That way I'll cover the whole thing. I'll get it. Now, Miss EB 76, I will tell you this. I said I've been broadcasting for 30 years. All over the central Kentucky area, as well as doing high school and small college, and working with William for the last 8, 9, 10 years, something like that. I'm going to tell her, as William adds his 2 cents worth. a gain of 2, actually a gain of 1 for Wilson. So I've said 30 years, so I've got to be at least 30 years old, correct? I'm actually, last month, I turned 50. And unfortunately, I spent my birthday in the hospital. Sick.
Oh, gosh.
So happy 50th birthday to me, courtesy of the ER.
Awesome. Lots of Rainvilles watching tonight's stream as well. Up and down the East Coast. Big
That's
shout
good.
out to them.
Yep. I actually got a text message from some people I know up around the Belfry area, the Hatfields and McCoys. No joke.
Yeah.
Sent me a text earlier saying they're watching. I'm neither one. Either one. I'm Irish and Scottish. So Napoleon was a whole lot shorter. Excuse me. I got to be politically correct. Vertically challenged. Can't say short and tall, right, anymore?
I call my mom short.
I never dared call my mother short.
Oh, it's a running gag.
I know. Well, my mother was 5'4", and she didn't care. She told me if I get 6'10", I can still reach your chin. Just remember that, young man. Strode back to pass. Here's Rainville out in the open field. He'll dodge one tackler. That's going to be stopped short for a first down. Northern Pulaski will take over. 4:39 to play in this one. They will grade state champion. A nurse by the name of Tabitha, who took good care of me. So shout out to her. She said she watches me whenever she knows I'm going to be online doing something. So.
And we got our answer. She's from Somerset.
She's from Somerset. Well,
yep.
If she's watching, if she
go.
knows how to tell the wearers apart. Yeah, I assume she's from down that area. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's in a little community down there in the area of Nancy. I've come across 1,000 people. That community's not that big from what I gather, but I've come across 1,000 people from that area.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Since we're at a time out here to kind of switch topics up a little bit.
Excuse me. That choked me up telling my age on the air.
Down in Somerset, during the fair, the fair down there, one of the biggest events they have, and I was down there this past season, professional wrestling. Would you have thought that?
Well, who would have thought professional wrestling would come to my little hometown?
Yeah, true.
Versailles, Kentucky. But
no, they. I'll tell you what, that's the first time I've been down to the fair, and it's a very
I'm getting ready to make you and William jealous.
Okay.
I went to a UK football game a couple of years ago. Everybody knows Stephen Borden.
Right.
Played at the University of Kentucky. Wore number 85. I got to meet his dad.
No way.
Yes, sir. He was supposedly injured in a wrestling match, and here he shows up in Lexington, Kentucky. Nobody else recognized him. Guess who did? Yours truly.
And you didn't think to
take a picture
and get a hookup for your buddy Aaron?
Brother, I didn't know if I was ever going to see you again. Been a while since I've seen you.
That is true.
They give it off to Mankin. He'll break a tackle at the line of scrimmage and get back into Bowling Green territory about the 47-yard line. That being said, that was Miss E.B.
Mm-hmm.
Miss E.B., 1976. Does that answer your question?
Also, we got a shout-out. Just came in as well. Let me get it pulled up here. Somebody want to shout out both the 7th grade and 8th grade Bowling Green teams. They said they remember when they were in that position the last 2 years.
Okay. You got to be a member of the high school team.
Also, a big shout out to number 35, Miles Smith, for the Purples.
Okay, Miles Smith. And tell you what, that Bowling Green high school team in a position again to make another run of the state title. They give it off to, is that number 29? No, 39 for Northern. That is Clayton Harness. It's a first down. We're under 3:20 to play in the ball game.
And I'll tell you this, Bowling Green looking poised to be great for the future as well.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, if Coach Kevin Wallace is watching, I learned a couple of years ago, went down to the Rafferty's Bowl with our good friend Gary Ball, and Coach Kevin Wallace says he watches us occasionally online, the head coach at Bowling Green. I want to give a shout out to him if he's watching. And if Gary Ball's watching, I want to say hi to the ball man. And Gary, I said the ball man, B-A-L-L, not bald. Although you are losing here.
Wow.
He says he's watched us occasionally online, William, as we've done this over the past few years. Believe me, I forget, does not have a headset on this game.
Right.
A gain of a couple there for the running back. Yeah, we got that one already.
On top of the game, man.
Yeah, we got Tiny over here. He's all in control. Trust me. New quarterback in the ball game for Northern Pulaski, Drew Polston, number 1. He gets the snap, gives it off to Harness, who loses it, but gets it back.
Running up on 2 minutes left in the game here, of course, running clock.
Yep, just to make sure he recovered the football. Colton Daraski, number 50 for Bowling Green. Try to get as many of these young men's names on the air as we can. I'm disappointed in our fans this year, Tiny. Not one recipe or food suggestion at tailgates so far. I'm disappointed. Right now, I've got my belly full on some pizza and some chicken. I really, really, really need a dessert right now.
Yeah, there's another page you need to check out.
Y'all are about making it easy on me. They give it off. This is Harness again. Steps inside. That's not Harness inside. This is Huff. And a flag at about the 10-yard line is coming back. Mankin going to be called for a block in the back, and he patted the guy on the helmet as he went by, saying, "Yep, man, I tried to get there, and you beat me to the spot." The guy that he patted on the top of the helmet as he got there was Tyler Moore, number 33 for Bowling Green. It's a block in the back coming back for Northern Pulaski. We're at 1:16 to go. Again, Bowling Green's still playing hard. You got a lot of young guys that haven't seen a lot of time in the couple of games. We've got 73. Is that 73? 86 is Marquise Wynn. 60 is Matthew Sowell. 57 is Bridger Nee. Hey, I like that name.
I think 41's out there as well.
41, that is Victor Nunez. That's my boy right here on the near side. Give me a tackle here, 4-1. Got some new guys in on the line. That's the only problem with offensive linemen. You can't pick them up very easily. This is Huff carrying it again. When we have 76, Riley Howell. We have number 92, that's Braden Tilley. 48 is Michael Kraft. 83 is Braden Gibson.
I think they
37 is Willie Nelson.
They just started the final countdown there. This is going to do it.
Up Northern Pulaski. So we got as many kids on there as we could as far as names were concerned. Northern Pulaski will knock off Bowling Green for the 7th grade state championship, 36-0. And for Northern Pulaski, that's their first championship, to my knowledge, since we've been doing this on PrepSpin. We'll let you enjoy the sights and some of the sounds of the post-game trophy presentation. First to Bowling Green for the runner-up, and Northern Pulaski for the state championship of the 7th grade of the Kentucky Middle School State Football Playoffs here in Lexington. Coming up, once we get off this broadcast, hit the 8th grade one. Bowling Green, Johnson County, enough said. District 1, or Division 1, 8th grade state championship coming up after the trophy presentation here on PrepSpin.com.
Football state championship team in the 7th grade division, your 2015 state champions, the Northern Pulaski Middle School Maroons.